The best gaming TVs aren't the ones necessarily designed for gaming in mind, but they are outfitted with the greatest and latest in TV tech so that they can make sure your favorite games look their best. Regardless of which console you're playing, or if you plan on hooking your gaming TV to a custom-built gaming PC, you're going to want one that has low latency, a high native refresh rate of 120Hz and crisp 4K resolution. You'll also want to be able to check out the settings on the fly to make adjustments, and you don't want it to cost so much money that there's no room in the budget to buy more games. We have listed the top 5 gaming TVs and their key features, plus the things you need to consider to help you choose the best one for you. Links to all the products with best prices mentioned in the video are in the description below. You could also find a more detailed analysis and a comparison tool on our website, guidinggear.com. Number 5. Hisense U8G. The best mid-range 4K gaming TV is the Hisense U8G. It has a fantastic response time, so there is very little blur behind fast-moving objects. It supports FreeSync, G-Sync, and HDMI form variable refresh rate technologies, and is compatible with the VRR feature on both the new Xbox and the PS5, ensuring a nearly tear-free gaming experience. Combined with its fantastic low input lag, this results in an incredibly smooth, responsive gaming experience. It's great for PS5 or Xbox Series X gamers, as it supports 4K at 120Hz gaming on 2 of its 4 HDMI ports. It also has a composite input, which is convenient if you have older consoles that don't support HDMI. It's an impressive TV that looks great in any viewing environment. It has excellent peak brightness and amazing reflection handling, which is great if you're gaming in a bright room, and it looks equally good in a dark room thanks to its high contrast ratio and great full array local dimming feature. But it can produce the perfect blacks that the LG C2 OLED is known for. Number 4. TCL 6 Series Roku Smart TV. TCL's televisions have always been incredibly good value for money, and its 6 Series 4K TV range is no different. And this time adds a bit more quality for your money too. Thanks to a starting price of around the $700 mark, the value on offer and the bang you get for your hard-earned buck is excellent. Thanks to this set's decent black, great contrast that come with the new mini LED tech and features like AI PQ engine for upscaling and quantum dot color, it easily holds its own with the likes of Samsung and Sony panels. Considering the price point, it's super impressive. The set boasts mini LED backlight display technology complemented by wide color QLED technology, giving the system convincing blacks, excellent contrast, and colors that stand out even more thanks to the TV's great HDR capability. The inclusion of a THX certified game mode, a variable refresh rate, and Dolby Vision means the value is still borderline ridiculous for this TV. There are a few downsides: no 120Hz HDMI 2.1 input, a middling brightness, and average motion handling. And if you're looking for a new 4K television on a budget, then you really can't go too far wrong with the R635. Number 3. Sony X90J. The Sony X90J is a well-priced LED TV that provides bright HDR images that are a great fit for brighter rooms. While the screen is a little on the reflective side, overall we found that the direct LED backlight punches through well even on sunny days. The X90J has a 120Hz panel and 4K resolution, and 2 full-spec HDMI 2.1 ports for your PS5 with VRR and ALLM to really up your gaming experience. Just be sure to head into picture settings and switch on enhanced format for your selected HDMI port, or you won't get the benefit of its 2.1 specification. The one irritation we did encounter was the TV deactivates local dimming on its backlight when VRR is turned on, so you'll have to choose between the smoothest gaming and the best contrast. Speaking of contrast, this is one of the very few TVs that supports Sony's Auto HDR tone mapping feature in the PS5. That's where the console's HDR output is configured to perfectly match the TV's brightness capabilities, so you get the best possible total dynamic. The TV also supports Dolby Vision, which enables the Xbox Series X to do the same, though this won't work with 120Hz games. In our test, we found the X90J had excellent image quality thanks in part to the new Cognitive XR processor, and that delivers excellent upscaling and contrast control. The X90J also has the new Google TV Smart platform with easy setup and broad app support, as well as the option to use Google Cast from Android devices. The X90J offers nearly everything we'd want from a mid-range 4K LED LCD TV. For more money, there are a few LCD LED TVs that can match in terms of picture quality and feature set. Number 2. Samsung QN90A. The Samsung QN90A is the company's flagship 4K TV, and boy does it show. It uses the brand's new QLED mini LED panel for its backlight, which means extremely bright HDR performance. But small light means more fine control of local dimming, so when areas need to go dark, they can go really dark. This is the closest LED TVs have come to OLED's control of contrast. and when you combine it with the cutting-edge processing and better brightness, it's the most complete image quality package we've seen on a 4K TV so far. And it has a price tag to match, which is why we think the LG CX is still probably the better choice for most people, balancing cost, performance, and price. However, for those who demand the most control of their gaming performance, this again is second to none. It has 4 HDMI ports, which means total ALLM, VRR, and 4K 120Hz support. But most interesting of all is the game bar, which is a special menu designed just for gaming. Want to make sure that what you're seeing is 120Hz, or that VRR is active? The game bar tells you, while also giving you control over 2 different game mode types. One has a bit more processing to improve the image, and has 9.3 milliseconds of lag. Or you can go extreme with the second mode, which turns off even more processing and offers a tournament level 6 milliseconds of lag. The only downside is no support for Dolby Vision HDR or Dolby Atmos sound decoding. You won't really mind the former because its HDR performance is so good anyway. The latter has yet to make a big impact on gaming, though the set can pass Atmos audio out to a compatible soundbar, so it's not a deal breaker. Nothing about this TV is even that high price. Number 1. LG OLED 65C2. While there are certainly reasons that you might want to opt for a rival, LG's OLEDs have been the go-to premium TV of choice for most people for years now. That means there's huge anticipation for each year's new models, particularly those in the C series, which have typically been the sweet spot between performance, features, and prices. That said, last year saw a picture quality gap emerge between the C series and the brightness G series. There's a gap this year too. This year's C2 has the brightness booster technology of the last year's G1. While the new G2 takes things to brightness booster max levels. Having put both the G2 and C2 through their paces, we're happy to proclaim that while the G2 certainly justifies its position at top of the LG's OLED range, the C2 is still the model that most people should buy. While not as bright as the G2, the new C2 is brighter than all of the last year's LG OLEDs. There's noticeably more punch to the whole image, which pops much more effectively, and there's significantly greater contrast and dark detail. All excellent upgrades for gaming. Crucially, there's no downside either. There's nothing artificial to the image, it's lifted, but naturally, with no detriment to the colors or black depth. The C2's punchier, more attacking audio delivery is a definite improvement over the C1 too, although there's also a slight rattle from the speaker cabinet when the set is challenged by very deep bass, which is a bit of a shame. As is now expected of LG's premium OLEDs, the feature set is practically flawless, particularly where next-gen gaming is concerned. 4K 120Hz, VRR, and ALLM are supported over all 4 of the set's HDMI 2.1 sockets, which are rated to 48GB per second, and there's an HDIG setting and Dolby Vision game mode. Those with seriously discerning taste and the budget with which to satisfy them will find it worth leveling up to the G2, but the C2 is the current bang for buck champ of this year. Let us know in the comments which wall works for you the best and why. Thank you for watching the video, and that is all for this one. If you find this video helpful in any way, give it a huge thumbs up, stay tuned for the upcoming videos by subscribing to our channel. Hope to see you in the next video. Till next time, see you guys later.